I feel it's so fucking loud. I'll do this. Commentary on. Quite quiet noise. Where's my avatar gone? Oh, I've got a banner up. I'll get it down.
Boy, Kenny, I can only imagine what the people.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about the noise in the background. Some people don't keep their noise down. No, right. Oh, God, this. Right. Oh. This is what's going to be going down. Red label. Anyone fancy one? So I've got pain in my legs at the moment. I've got comments. Right, until I sort this out. Turn this torch off. Gonna see my posh cup. It's really posh. No, I can't see it. Got the of lights on. Oh, torch back again. Here's my posh cup. Reminds me of when I was incarcerated. Oh, it's plastic. It's Jimmy proof. Anyway, anyone fancy one? Can't see anybody live at the moment, apart from a few people. And I've been live for a while. So I can get this drink down. So I come up. You see, the good thing about someone having a drink on a live is that you never know what they're going to say. They could come out with some mad, like, rubbish, or they could come out with some stuff which could, going, or they could come out with something which could be very good for clipping. So clippers, be ready, because if I've said something that's going to, mock myself, then I'm going to, I'm going to delete it. I might as well be drunk now. I can't even work out how to use a phone. I want the torch go on. Right, that's to prove I drink it straight out. I'm flying now. I'm going to check the glass first. But it's not piss either. It's whiskey. Pisky. Oh no, 1 month. Red Label whiskey. Oh God, I'm losing one. So how dark it is, isn't it? Right, my coordination's out all over the place already. So let's. No, I should film this. I should have turned the lights on in the room. Looks a bit. Oh, I forgot to turn the camera on. Ugh. God, look, you see those little bits in there, man. Dirty cup. When I get sick. Anyway, up the hammers. Why, yeah, what a rush. Ah, yes. Yes. Urgh. Did that fly out, man? Ugh. I've got my hands full. Ugh. Ugh, it's difficult. I've only got to do an extra pair of hands. Ugh. Oh, I can't do that. No. Oh God, this is so difficult. I'm trying to get this fly out. I'm just going to drink it otherwise. Ugh. Come here, you bastard. Come here. Well, I can't be bothered. I might be in that anyway. Anyway, it's down number 2. This glass was about half full. Now it's not even a quarter now. Come on! Ah, yes. Ah, look at that. Ah, down the hatchet. Oi! Woohoo! This is good. I feel like I need some more. You people had enough. Give me some more. Was that Psy Live? Oh, I'm not going to mention his name. Unless I get drunk and I forget. I'm not going to mention his name. It's not me having a Jimmy Riddle. Oh. So I hear some people that are offended that we're using the word swamp to describe this side of whatever side is watching of the internet. It's just a word. Look, the auditing side's got something in common. They like to audit and research. And this side has got something in common. We all like to call each other out, call each other bacons and wrong uns, and then dox addresses and not turn up. And you know what? The same thing happens on both sides. It's really interesting. On both sides, they all dox addresses and don't turn up. And here we call each other out for fights and dox addresses and don't turn up. But let me tell you something about turning up to somebody's address. It takes balls. I don't care what anybody says. And if you don't believe me, go and do it yourself. You know, and I don't care what you say about Dodgy Dave. It takes balls to knock on somebody's door. I know I've done it myself, and it's knocking on somebody's doorstep. It's very easy to talk about doing, but putting it into practice, it's another story. Because when you knock, when you're walking down the road and you know that's the exact house you're going to knock on the door, you don't know what's on the other side of that door, and you're going into somebody's personal space. So, one, you got CCTV cameras that could be watching you, which will be watching you, which means you got to cover up your license plate, your car, because if something kicks off, you'll be traced within seconds. Or you got to park your car like 10 miles away. In that case, you better be a good runner. Otherwise, you know, or very, very fit and strong, or it's going to take you 10 years to get to it. Or you got to cover your plate up. But then if they do call the police and they find out you got moody plates, then you're in more trouble. And then you got the nosy neighbours. They're like, who's this like dodgy man lurking around? They might call the cozzers. And then you got the person's door you knock on. Now you don't know what they get. You knock on somebody's door. A lot of people nowadays, like, whether you're in England, Wales, or Mars, or whatever, or Thailand, people have normally got something handy beside them. Now you're the one that's gone to their doorstep, to their compound. So in theory, you shouldn't be carrying nothing. And if you are, and you're caught, you're in big trouble. So you have to weigh up what's it called? Weigh up the benefits. Who's that, man? I can't read your writing. All right, Flavors, how are you? You have to weigh up the pros and cons of, are you going to go there tooled up? And if you do and the cozzers get called, you're in big trouble. Or you're going to go there just with your hands and feet. But then once they open that door, you're in trespassing world. So when people talk about doorstepping people, it's very easy to say, not as easy to do. That's why people just like to pick up bricks, throw them in, and run away. Or put a firework in somebody's car or something. So doxing addresses and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand. It's not nice. I'm thinking of visiting Thailand. Any recommendations? What, for weed or for accommodation or for birds, vehicles, hotels? It's a very wide spectrum, Flavs. Is that Flavor? How do you make your thing like that? Your name in that, like, romantic writing? Holiday. I reckon you would like either Pattaya or Phuket. Probably Pattaya because it's cheaper than Phuket. Phuket's a bit swanky. I think you'd love it in Pattaya, to be honest. I don't think you'd ever want to come back, especially if you're single. And not every woman's a ladyboy. That doesn't even make sense. All right, Pablo Escobar, stay away from the women Flavs with the Adam's apple. Yes, big up Pablo Escobar, man. Hope your family's well, mate. I've never ever seen you say a bad word about anyone. Nothing. How you spell it? Well, if you want to come to Thailand, the first thing you're going to need to do is know how to spell the country name, because otherwise you might end up in Taiwan or somewhere when you're booking your holiday. Where are you gone? Yeah, stay away from the women with Adam's apple. I would 100% agree. But, Pablo, these women, these men, or men, women, whatever you call them, they're getting more advanced. As technology is getting advanced, they're getting advanced. Not as easy to tell as it used to be. You've got to go with your gut. Or go with your dick, or go with your gut. And, if it even sounds like it could remotely be a bloke, just jog it on for one that you know is 100% female. And don't be shy about saying, I'm sorry, I don't want to offend you, but I don't bang lady boys. Well, you probably wouldn't say it like that. You say, sorry, I don't want to offend you, but I only like women. I am women. Oh, they get offended so easily. No. They get offended so easily. See, that's the good way to tell if it's a lady boy or a lady. If you ask a lady boy if it's a lady boy because you only like ladies, they get really angry. Whereas if you ask a lady if she's a lady boy, she finds it funny. She goes, yes, I am lady boy. Oh, can't you tell from my deep voice? They take the piss out of themselves. Jimmy, mates took over a bar over there for a month, 4 years back. A debt was owed. Ah, that's a good way to pay off a debt. They can sell themselves in the bar. You never thought about that one. Well, I've got a debt at the moment, credit card bill. Mrs. Jimmy, you fancy going out tonight? I'm only joking. Yeah, I know what you mean. Whereabouts was the? Sorry, don't ask personal stuff. I know what you mean, but yeah, I know some people out here that do that kind of stuff. They're not actually based out here. They come from like Europe and stuff. Because someone's ran out here with a big debt, private debt as well, and they think that they're safe, and then they come out here and they've spent money and bought a house, bought this, and they just take it off them. About 8 years ago. Too much flake. I need to pour some more whiskey. Oh, I've already poured it. God, how stupid I am. Sitting there thinking I'm too lazy to get up and pour another drink. I've already poured it in my plastic cup. Looks like I've chewed the handle, or somebody has. I'm not posh or anything. I just pick whatever cups in front of me that will hold liquid and ram some alcohol in it. Anyway, here's to giving up drinking. I'm celebrating being sober with a drink. In fact, this is the first drink I've had this January. About 8 years ago, took much. I can't read it. Flake. You know what? I saw a bar right here. It was called Pablo Esco Bar. That's the name of the bar, the Esco Bar, called Pablo Escobar. I don't know if it's still around. Anybody want to know anything else about Thailand? YouTube is going full 180 now. Some people just... Yeah, I'd like to see the cesspit back. Because one thing I've noticed about the auditor side and this side is they all seem to mention the cesspit. Oh, mate, some of the names of the bars out here, they all make me laugh. Sometimes I go around looking for, like, funny bar names. There's so many bars that they've come up with, like, they've invented, like the maddest names. There's a bar called the Irish Bar. All right, Michael Castrin, big up. You know what? I forgot to whack a link out. I'm on the phone. I'm on a dog and bone. I've got a laptop right next to me. I can't bother to turn it on. It's riddled with viruses. Oi, oi, Savaloy. See, I've got two different sides on as we speak. I've got no topic. The topic is Jimmy getting drunk and hoping he's going to say something stupid so someone can clip it and replay it 1,000 times. Like I've just blown the head off a random monkey that was registered as missing by the owner. The reward weren't worth the lead from the shotgun, so I just blew his head off. Then I gave him the body back and I said, I want my reward. They told me to piss off and call the police. Spent the last 24 hours in police custody. Now they've released me on bail. Let's hope I do a Decker and get an NFA, eh? I remember mates telling me about Bob Marley bar. Yeah, yeah. Bob Marley. Download Stinger Jimmy onto laptop and let it run. That pick it. The thing is with a laptop is I turn it on, I spend about 5 minutes just closing this window, closing that window, pop up. And then I put the pop-up blocker on, and then I want to install the program, and it says cannot install because you got the pop-up blocker on. So, and then all of a sudden I'm living away, and then bosh, the computer just turns off. It just does my nutting. I like phones that just seem to be virus free. And if they're not, you can just pick up your phone, take it down to the shop, and they get someone with a bloody magnifying glass strapped to his head and a screwdriver, and be fixed in a few minutes. Desktops. Oh my god, man! I don't know. I've taken that down to the shop, and laptops is not too bad. You can, whack it up, fold it up and whack it up and stick it in a bag and take it down the shop. But mobile phones are just so easy, man. Like, I want to go. I've seen so many people that do panels, so I'm just going to make a cup of tea. If you're on a mobile phone, you can just walk to the kitchen and make it whilst you're having a piece, a tea. Fuck, I thought I was talking about one. So, has Nathan Benson gone live? Michael, let's call him Michael. It's easier. I want to work with Nathan, but now I can't be bothered. I can't remember what I was going to say, so I don't want to work with him. Press Control Alt Delete at the same time. Yeah, you used to do that on the old Windows, but on this one, it don't do the Control Alt Delete. So I'm sorry, I'm reading half your comment and reacting. I do have an impulsivity disorder. This is why I do things on impulse. Hence, that's the impulsivity disorder. I got halfway through. I didn't read. Hang on. Press Control Alt Delete at the same time to bring up all the programs that are running in the background. Stop it from there. Yeah, I used to do that on my old one, but this laptop, it don't do it, man. It's on a Windows 10 or something. I don't know. On my old laptops, I used to do that. I like Nathan. I like it when he's going on a rant, and I like it when he's going completely mental, throwing all his toys out of his pram. Did I put a link out? Yeah, I did. Can you hear my mission in the background? Well, she can hear me. Don't give a shit. She's talking. All I can hear is poor this, poor that. Talking about husbands, bitching about me. Sisters bitching about her husband. They've probably got a group where they just like anti-husbands. No, not since yesterday. What's he waiting for? I wonder what he does in between lives. I know he does a bit of ghosting and a bit of cycling. I like to put Nathan Benson under surveillance, and just like a scientific experiment, no, a social experiment, as to what a virgin at the age of 30 does with their time. Outside the realms of the public eye. I'd like to see that, man. If you know any like PIs or anything that aren't too expensive, that could just follow them around for my own profile data gathering on people, I'll be interested. Have a lovely weekend, mate. Yeah, nice woman. No, yeah, drama is it's an interesting thing because we all complain about it, but we're all hooked at the same time. Soap opera. We used to do drama classes at school, man, where you were taught to make drama, make things interesting. The things that humans find interesting. How many people find if you're walking past a man and a woman, husband and wife, having a domestic argument in the street, no blows exchanged, just having an argument. How many people just can't help but watch and find that fascinating? Me, I can't help but watch because I feel normal. Like other couples argue too. Yes, I'm not the only one. And who when you see a fight kick off, you go and watch it, and everybody gathers around watching it. And you always got that one
one hero that wants to break it up rather than see a bit of bloodshed. These people used to really piss me off. I saw it once when I was sectioning when I was 17. So I was in there with adults, and I remember this fight kicked off between these two people. There was a lot of tension between them. And I was just waiting for ages for it to kick off. I was just really waiting. I was just hoping that a nurse wouldn't break it up. And before people quote me on the word nurses, I mean like male nurses, not female nurses. You're in a psychiatric hospital. Nurse has a wide, it's just a name for hospital staff. All right, iSculpt. And some bloody other patient who wanted to be the do-goody just went and broke it up. I was like, you mother. I've been waiting for ages for that to happen. One of them accused the other one of stealing something. And he called him a thief. He said, don't call me a thief. And he said, you are a thief. And then he poked his finger and said, don't touch me. And as he touched him, he slapped him around the face and just about to kick off. And then one of the other people jumped in the middle. I was like, I was waiting so bad for that to happen. I nearly jumped on him, but then I didn't think about that till 25 years later or more, whatever I am now, which is now. Nurses and old psych wards were basically screws. Oh, fucking tell me about him. And like, if it kicked off I was sent to a secure unit, and if it kicked off in there all the time, and it kicked off in the place where I was 17 as well. But they don't mess around. What they do is they're taught in restraints, and then a liquid cosh comes in at the end. But first, what they do is the secure unit was more heavy than the other hospital. All they do is they grab your hands. I think one grabs your arm, and about two people grabs your hand, and they bend your hand down as far as it will go to the point it feels it's breaking. They do the same with the other hand. And then another, I don't know how many people grab each leg. And then somebody pushes your head down to the floor between your legs, and they just lift you up, put about, I don't know how many of them, and they whack you in an isolation room. They call it a seclusion room. It's basically a padded cell. They throw you in there, and then I don't know what goes on behind, but you're pinned to the floor with your head. I can't remember which way your head's facing. And then they pull your trousers down, and that's the scariest bit. That's when you feel you're most vulnerable. And then you get a prick in your backside, but it's an injection. They inject you in the buttocks because that's the safest place to receive an injection when you're having a spiv out. And the first injection I ever had was a drug called droperidol. And it was really scary because I didn't know how I ended up in the hospital. One minute I was playing my music loud, had the police at my bedroom door kicking it down. I thought, can't do anything because I haven't committed a crime. Next thing I'm in the back of an ambulance in handcuffs. Next thing I'm in the psychiatric ward. And I didn't know what a psychiatric ward was then. I was in the ambulance with a copper and maybe a social worker. I don't know. I can't remember. But I remember the door was slightly open, and I thought, I can't be in trouble because I haven't committed a crime. So I just booted it. I just legged it as fast as I could out the door. And I was in a hospital ward, and I was running as fast as I could, and I could hear the footsteps of bang, 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 bang behind me. And I don't know where I was. I didn't even know which hospital I was in. So I thought to myself, I can't go anywhere. I can't remember them catching up with me, but I remember these nurses were gay. And they put their hands down my trousers, so I was really angry now. And they lifted me up by my pants. See, this is a story you can only tell when you're drunk. They lifted me up by my pants. It's a long time ago, so I can't remember all the details. And then they whacked me in that seclusion room, and they put that droperidol inside me. And oh my God. If anybody's got experience with droperidol, that stuff is horrible. It was my body went like into a stiff spasm. Not my knob, the rest of my body, unfortunately. My tongue lifted up to, I lifted my tongue to the top of my mouth and I couldn't move it back down again. I still remember this. And I couldn't move in this spasticated position for hours. Anyway, I started to come out of it. And then I started banging on the door. There's just a mattress in the room. That's all that was there. And then they all come mob-handed again to the door. I was like, oh my God, they're going to whack another one in me. I can't take this. And then they whacked another injection in me, but it wasn't droperidol. It might have been lorazepam. I was like, that was nice. That was nice. So I got to know quickly, like, which meds I like and which I don't like. And after a few days, they let me out, and I was speaking to a man. Came up to me and he just gave me a cigarette out of the blue and almost like welcomed me into the ward. And some other people came up to me and said, you know, I understand it's a scary experience, and I was assigned a nurse around me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They had to sit next to me because I was escape risk. They had to sit next to me the whole time. And even when I slept, and when I woke up, they'd change shifts. Sometimes I get a female one, which I quite like. And then they try to give you these little lectures as well, especially the male ones. They're horrible, man. They like tell you, oh, blah 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 blah. I'm like, fuck off. I'm like, you sit in my blooming bed. Like, I don't want to be it. And then every day you had to queue up to get your meds, and I would always put them under the back of my mouth and spit them out. I don't remember taking my meds occasionally, and then every now and then I'd have I think they put a section 2 on me the first time, which was 28 days. At first I did a 24-hour or a 48-hour, I can't remember which one it was. Then they upped it to 28 days, but then the section 3 on it was 6 months. So they basically said, we're going to work out how to treat you. If we can't do it within 28 days, then it will be 6 months. I was like, nah, man. So a few more times I got pinned down, prick in the backside, but I managed to negotiate with them. I said, please, not droperidol. They said, lorazepam. And I managed to negotiate and give me lorazepam, because in their heads, they just want me to go to sleep, give them less of a headache. And then they used to follow me around 24 hours a day. Even when I went for a piss, I had to have the door open. It was just madness. And then one of the nurses came up and says, you've been better behaved. I'm going to decrease your observation to every 2 hours or something. And he went, what's the stroppy? Why are you being stroppy for? So I don't want to fucking be here. I don't care if you follow me 24 hours a day. That's your problem. But you think you're doing me a favour by cutting the hours down. You're going to watch me. You're watching me all the time anyway. I don't care. But when I come back here, I'm going for you. I never did. By the time I meant it, I don't read the comments. Oh, you know that. Droperidol. Yep, they inject you in the bum. 4, 1 on each hand, 2 on the arms and legs. Yeah, I remember that one. But in the in the first one, I think I was in, it was like a semi-secure one, but the secure unit, they were a bit more heavier. The first one, they didn't put your head between your legs, but the other one, they pushed on your head and squashed it between your legs on top of all that. And then they whacked Largactil into you. Liquid Kosh. The lorazepam is. Yeah, I've still got some lorazepam in my house. I got lorazepam here. I got tramadol here. I got diazepam. I don't take it. They keep giving it to me. I don't take it. The diazepam, they give it to me. They say if you're really stressed, take it in emergency. But I never take it. Liquid Kosh. But I never liked diazepams, man. I don't like them. That's why I keep them. And sometimes my friends want them. And if I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Drink on. My elbow's fucked. I can't lift my arm. I went to MMA today, and my body's getting stiffer and stiffer. And I'm getting problems with my elbows because MMA requires a lot of wrestling. So I'm getting pains in parts of my body I don't normally get pains in. The problem is you get pains in your elbows. You can't lift your hands up to guard your face. I mean, I can when somebody's throwing like hell for leather at me, but where was I going with this? But sometimes after you don't feel that till after you're training. Like I can't walk, my legs are limping. I can barely even lift my phone up. You have to have like tennis elbow lessons. I mean tennis elbow sessions, therapy, massage. You know the thing, man. I'm Joe Biden, man. All men and women are created equally by the the thing, man. Fuck yes. What? I don't know what it's like in prison. I've never been to prison, but I'd like to go one day. They were doing a thing in the newspaper in England. They wanted a social experiment. They wanted to allow members of the public to do 7 days inside, and I signed up for it. But I got a phone call back. I think it was like Brixton Prison or somewhere. I can't remember where. I think they're going to separate the prison for this social experiment. And they called me back, and I gave them my details, and they told me the truth. They said, "Listen, like if you got any kind of background for anything, you're not going to be allowed in there." They said that most of the people are doing it are like lawyers and judges and stuff. I was like, "Oh," but yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing, prison. It's like you grow up and you hear people you grow up with go to prison and they come out and people look up to them, especially when you're younger. Well, you must feel left out because you haven't been to prison. It's weird, man. It's fucking, I don't know. It's like the opposite. Like you grow, or you join up to sign up to go, into the army or whatever, into the forces, and you're the only one that doesn't make it in, and they all come back from a war, and they all got like their war stories, and you can't get involved because you didn't make it in them. Well, I went one parallel psychiatric. I don't think I'm that mad, to be honest. I mean, I saw some of the patients in there. Nearly every single staff member, they'd all worked in Broadmoor. Every single one of them. They're trying to get a sense out of the other patients as to where they've been. I mean, you say, "Where have you been?" They say, "Well, I've just come back from NASA. I'm just here at training at the moment because they want to test my psychological ability because next year I'll be flying into space." I was like, "Well, I'm not going to get any sense out of you." There was a phone box in the ward, and somebody rang up. Somebody called the police from the phone box and said that they'd been kidnapped. And I don't know what the police were saying on the other side. And they said that they've been kidnapped by the mental health services, whatever they're called. They've been held against their will. Fucking hell, who gave them a telephone box? Oh dear. Some absolute lunatics. I miss that. And then after there, they moved me to another place. You see, the chiefs have these ward rounds every once a week where you meet with a chief psychiatrist because they're all making notes on you all the time. You know, they're all studying you and surveying you. And the psychiatrist said to me, he said, "Why are you here?" I was like, "I should be asking you that." He said, "You're avoiding the question." I was like, "No, I'm not." He said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Because I was sent here." And he said, "Why were you sent here?" And I said, "Because I was given a choice of going up to a magistrate and being remanded or come here." And he said, "Ah." And he said, "That's why you're here." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I reckon you didn't want to go to prison. That's why you came here." I was like, "Listen, like, I was presented with the option in my police cell. They said, police section will go in front of a magistrate. Because I got previous psychiatric, I'll be remanded." But so my solicitor said he could speak to the chief police superintendent and ask to put me on a police section. And that's what they did. So, like, I don't know right from wrong. I just know about a choice I made. And he said, "Okay, listen to me. You're not crazy like the people in here. I'm going to do my best to move you out here, but because of what you've done, we can't find open hospitals that will take you. And so it's going to take time for me to, give the right assessment. So they'll take us." And they moved me to like this open hospital. It wasn't open for me. I wasn't allowed anywhere. But they had this zero tolerance policy where if you kicked off, they just send you to a secure unit. So they had no seclusion room. And I was there for about a year. It took like 6-7 months before they'd allowed me even down to the local corner shop. And even then it was supervised. And then 3-4 times it was supervised once a week. And then it was unsupervised. And then you were, I was about to say allowed down the pub. You weren't allowed down the pub. We were allowed out for a couple of hours. We just sneak off down the pub and come back pissed and then lose our rights to go back out for a few weeks. The good thing about going to an open place, and I heard this about DCATs as well, is that when you go out, it's very easy to bring stuff back in. So what we used to do was we used to get a 2-litre Coke bottle, and we used to pour about half the Coke out and fill the rest up with vodka. And we used to sit in the smoking room. We had a smoking room at the time, and we called it Special Coke because we'd mix it up with all the other people bring a few other Coke bottles in there to make it look normal. So we were getting hammered in front of the nurses, and they were oblivious to it. But then me and my big mouth, nothing to do with the Special Coke, but I sneaked off down the pub for a few pints of Guinness. I had 4 pints of Guinness, walked into the smoking room pissed. I went, yeah, I've just done 4 pints of Guinness and none of them will know about it. And I turned around and the nurse was standing right behind me. I was like, oh, God, here I go. There's my plans to go out next weekend gone. He was all right, that one. He was all right. I liked him. Some Irish geezer. Nice geezer he was. And he didn't report me. He just said, "Look, I could report you. Don't do it again. If you do it, don't get caught." Probably some of these people in there, the nurses, are proper down to earth. Some of them are all right. Some of them are like really strict. One of them was an ex-copper. I remember him. I won't say his name. He's probably dead by now. He would have been about 60 then. And he was really strict, man. He really had it in for me as well because I was quite young. And all I did was call him a wanker, but not to his face. Like somebody mentioned his name. And I went, "He's a wanker." And then the nurse said, "Right, you're in trouble." I was like, "What? I was just having a bit of banter." And next thing I've eaten, it was during the time we were eating, and then we got to and I got pulled to one side later on. I can't remember exactly when, and then they told me I'm seriously mentally ill. I'm like, what are you on about? He said, you know what you're on about. And then that bloke came into the room. He said, tell me what you said to it about him. I said, I called him a wanker. And he said, yeah. So he's another Irish geezer, but not the same Irish geezer. Yeah, I could imagine you would. He said, right, you're not going out on the weekend for 2 weeks. People call him a wanker, and he's a wanker. Who's this? Oh, God. You got, I've never seen you before, sad, and you're going to porn bomb me. And put your camera on. Put your camera on. Put your camera on. Put your camera on. Sad feet. No. You're going to have to show me your boat. You can't show me your ceiling. That's a bit sad. Come on, man. You think you're going to get me with my God? I've only got 3 people watching. Go porn bomb another channel. You know, where they got big numbers. Well, you should be on the numbers if you're going to porn bomb me. Put your camera back on. Show me your face. Touch your nose. You ain't going to do it. Comment in the chat. Oh, okay, give me a minute because there's some security issues going on at the moment. You're gone now. Punches you. Sorry, I had to check the channel out, man. Because I don't know who you are. And porn bombing is rife. I don't care. Well, if you want to get on, you have to. Because I'm not going to get my channel porn bombed. It's don't take any offense to it if you're legit. It's just people got to take steps to protect their channels. And this stuff with I want to talk about this. Well, on a bit of a serious note. Apparently, you can do you can set up your lives so they can't be rewound. Now, this isn't a crack at some people like I don't want to mention his name. I've got no choice. Bants and Rants. You see, Ron has set up his lives so they can't be rewound. That's nothing to do with you. That's just because of people trying to attack his channel. I suggest you do it too, Sparky, because when you was live the other day, you might have noticed a hell of a lot of ghosters, and I was one of them. And I just noticed that 2 people in your who used to be on your channel a lot, they weren't there, funnily enough. And I was talking to somebody offline. I said, I wonder if he's going to get P-bomb now. And the first P-bomb, I don't know what I'm saying, P-bomb, porn bomb, was my avatar. I was like, oh my God, he's saying Jimmy's in the back. All right, Jimmy, I don't know, I couldn't type, I didn't have time to type. And he got bombed. He got bombed multiple times. But there was a lot of people ghosting. God, Jeremy Hunt. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in ages. How's it going, man? I haven't seen. I should have asked after you, man. Are you the one I used to speak to on Instagram? Yeah, that. What happened? Oh, fuck me, fell off my chair. Something happened on Twitter. You're friends with Northern King, is that correct? Oh, well, long time no see, man. Where you been? I've got a new Instagram account now. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, because I changed phones and I didn't remember the password for the other one. Well, at least you can't talk bad about Biden now. He's gone. After pardoning his son, which is strange, you know, there was a investigation pending on him. We haven't got no blue in the chat, man. Well, what? Sad. Try getting back on. I just hope you don't N-bomb me. I'll put the banner up. Oh, God. Sorry. That wasn't me. That was Mrs. Jimmy. God, that was disgusting. But I bought this book. I'm going to do a bit of advertising it. I bought this from the actual author, Joey Barnett. South London Borstal Boys Tales. I suggest you read it. You can buy it on Amazon. I got it straight from him. Hey, Lord Marker. I'm not having that. Hang on a minute. Back in a minute. So I just went outside to fire a few shots up in the air, man. Oh, God, man. Like, I've got these doors closed. Where's my... I've got any whiskey there? I don't normally message people before I go live because I don't know. People want to come. They get the notifications. They want to come. But I don't want to put that pressure on people. There's probably a few other lives going on at the moment. Is anyone else live at the moment? God, why does my missus have to shout so blimmin' loud? You know why? Because she's partially deaf in one ear, so she speaks loud all the time. You probably hear her clearer than you can hear me. Like she speaks a different language. I would not be able to even open this live up at the moment. Anybody else live at the moment? I hear noises. Can't pin the link on them. Can't pin the link on the phone. How have you been? Have you been staying in tune with the YouTube Jeremy Hunt? You've been watching Northern King and his clips on Danny G and all that? I think Northern King's doing a good service because that Danny G does lives for hours, and I couldn't stomach him for hours. Thank God for the Clippers. I know there's Clippers probably ghosting now. 6 ghosters out there, man. I mean, 5 ghosters. Sad. If you want to jump on, try again. I'm just very, very cautious at this date and time. uh, if I wanted to boost the numbers up, if I was a bird, I could just do like a sexy dance and have like 1,000 people in the house. Unfortunately, I'm not a bird, and unfortunately, I don't give a fuck about whether 1,000 people in the house or not. I've been watching TNK's channel, but that's about it. I've been really busy with real life. Angie the second. Ian Stungun. Oh, I've got a fax. WhatsApp. And it's from my old mate Alan. Hey 20, 842. How are you? Jimmy shows your gun. I can't be bothered. I can't legally at the moment. Me too. Sound? So I need to give you something decent to clip, and you disappeared for a while and then came back. Oh, Mrs. Jimmy doing more talking than Mr. Jimmy. I can't get my pea shooter. I don't know where it is. I can't remember where I left it. I think I left it by the cake over there where the kids are playing. I'm only joking. Where do I put my... I've got a hammer, if that's any good. I've got a rubber hammer, another kind of claw hammer. I'll show you my hammer. Show us your hammer. Go on, man. If I really want to get views, I've got to just start slagging everybody off on YouTube and going in hard on them. Like Tunes does. This is an interesting hammer. And before you ask me what it's all about, there's not much light in here, man. Fucking I'm stuck. Can't open the door. I'm not opening the door. That's a hammer. It's I bought this when I used to work with Rescue because you could smash the window and then you could like open the metal like that. Oh, shut up. Oh, dog's getting busy. Oh, you little nut. What do you want? Huh? Why are you so busy with everything I do? Fucking dickhead. I've got his golf clubs here. Let's see. Oh, I wonder where they've gone. Oh, I'm buzzing out my brain fridge banana Botox head. Oh. There you go. That's my MC hammer. No, but I've ordered one. I'm going through the process of ordering another one. MK12 semi-automatic shotgun. And then look it up on Google. MK12. Nice guns, man. They'll take out anyone in the room. I mean, everyone in the room, not anyone. But anyone, if you're on meth. When I drink whiskey, I drink it straight. There's no mixing of drinks here. There's no mixing with ice or Coca-Cola. Oh, fuck, that really done me that shot. Yes. Yes. Some kind of, there's a war. Oh, man, I don't know what they're talking about. They're talking about some crazy shit over there, man. Song in Timing's War, and I swear she just shut her down. I've been watching the Thai news recently. If a war breaks out, I'll bring my mates. Anyone from YouTube want to come back me up? Sort out some of these cunts. She's talking about Yabba now. Yabba and war. 2 key words. Just picked up in my spider sense brain. My spider sense brain is running through the data to find out if this is a significant threat to national health. I mean, national security. That's army rifle. Yeah, it depends which army you're in. It's semi-auto, it's not fully auto. Probably modified it fully auto. There's no point. Thing is with fully autos, like I had a friend of mine who had a Glock 19, and you can modify them to full auto very easily with this cheap part you can buy from China, and you can buy an extended mag with like 30 in the clip. But the problem is it just shoots so rapidly and so quickly that if you haven't got your eye on the target, you're going to use up your whole clip within a few seconds. So I like the good old-fashioned semi-auto. You take like a shot, you look at it, you think that's close enough, and then you group them all together. How long does it take for you to understand Thai and speak it? Well, I'm still learning. Just when I think I can speak and know enough, I realise I know fuck all. All right, Big Mac UK, I've seen you in a lot of places, a lot of faces. I can't remember. I remember you said something in somebody else's panel, which wouldn't have been mine because I hardly ever do panels. How's it going anyway, man? Big up your chest. There's some massive MK12S. Oh, MK12S. You see, when you get the certificate to buy a firearm is called a BORSAM, which means like B3. That allows you to purchase any firearm within that caliber. And then once you purchase it, you bring it back to the office and you ask to upgrade that certificate to a B4, which means you're allowed to use it. So me knowing that there's an S version means that if I get that B3, oh God, I'm sorry. Hey, talk about stuff like that, man. We're talking about again. If you get the B3, you can buy any caliber. So if there's an S version, I want to get another chance to purchase after I purchased it. Travis, he's dead. Oh, where's Travis? Oh, Johnny. You know what? I should really look out, see if I can find him. To be honest, I've never. I keep meaning to do it. Like it's like when I used to do a job. Like I was just, I'd do it Monday. I'd do it Monday. Then when Monday come, I said I'll do it Monday. I said it is Monday. I'll do it next Monday. It's like that with Johnny Woodsman. I should be bothered in trying to track him down, but I just can't be bothered. I should at least try and find his wife and say what's happened to Johnny. My guess is he's been put in an asylum. That's just a guess. Oh, at least we got some blue in the chat. Nice one, Ice Cold. I don't know, man. I'd like to know if he's all right, to be honest, but I can't be bothered to do the digging and to find out. Because look, we're in the same country. That's all we got in common. But apart from that, he's just another geezer on YouTube. He's never done me any favors or been like a close friend of mine to make me care that much. But then I hope he's not. I hope he's not in a bad way. And if he is in a hospital, I should really go and visit him, because I know from being in the hospitals for myself that having a visitor from the outside allows you hope that, you know, you're going to people haven't forgotten about you. Animal Johnny. My guess is he's gone to an asylum. He may have gone back to England to get serious psychiatric treatment, and have told him to stay the fuck away from social media, because that's where a lot of his triggers started. Started with Apollo. No, it started way before that. Oh, Apollo. I forgot about him. Only when that Cumbian sausage comes out and he says, "Hope you're all well." You see, Cumbian sausage, he spent a lot of time banged up inside, so he remembers YouTube from the moment he got banged up, so he comes out with all these old sayings. Oh, when are you going to get off the phone? You're making so much noise. I'm the only one. I'm in another room and I'm making... That's all, folks. What am I talking about again? Yeah, this is with spelling. I can't be bothered to type because I can't spell. That's why I always jump on panels. If up with my spelling. Thought chat's going too fast. Thought you was running about naked with an... Oh no, that was before he got that was the first... That was before he went... That was the crazy before he went crazy, before he went crazy, before he went crazy, before he went crazy. Oh, he's never been crazy. He's just been himself. That's what people like Johnny. I mean, everybody does it. We all like, you know, smoke a bit of cannabis, go naked, take a knife, jump over the fence into your next door neighbour's garden. You wouldn't be normal if you didn't do that. According to Johnny, anyway. Have you got a channel, Jeremy? I think they have one. I was trying to say, let's hope Johnny is brown. It's funny, but no, it's funny. No, I wanted to be around because I used to like Wacky World of YouTube, clipping him, and I used to watch this one that Wacky made. I mean, Wacky has clipped some stuff which... I've got a love-hate relationship with Wacky World of YouTube, because he put a picture of me walking past my missus from behind and tried to make it look like she was like 12 and she's well into her 30s. But then he took it down out of his own will. But he clipped one of Johnny's videos. Like, every time I need cheering up, I used to watch that video again and again and again, and it's gone. He's going into Dougie Joyce, Exposure TV. He's accusing Dougie Joyce of human trafficking. He's going into Exposure TV, saying he should be sending him money. Oh, mate, the bloke... The thing is, his wife is completely coherent with English, so she knows exactly what he's saying. I remember when what's his name came out here, what's his name, Motorsports and the Humble Dryer, and Johnny just went absolutely radio rental, and he did a live, and he was in a hotel in Chiang Mai for some reason. One of Johnny's reasons very far away from his wife, and he called his wife up on the phone. He said, "Super trolls have come out from England to target us." He said, "This isn't a joke. This isn't a drill. You have to get everybody in the village and lock them in their houses. No, you're not taking this seriously. They're super trolls. They come out here to get us." And he said, "You have to lock yourselves in the village. You have to and call the police too, and get the village headman, get them all together." Like, and she was like, "Johnny, you taking your medicine?" It's like him. What's her name? Mrs. Woodsman. Mrs. Woodsman. This is serious. This is serious. And he went on for hours. YouTube Asylum clipped it. I remember now. What a lunatic. And Motorsport said, "Listen, Johnny, if you want, I'll pay for your ticket to fly down to Phuket. I'll take you out." He said, "Look, they're trying to entrap me. Look, they're trying to get me down there. This is..." Oh, absolute lunatic. God, geez. If I act like a lunatic, will Motorsports pay for me to fly to Phuket and have a night out and go to hotels and black brasses on the strip and all that? Man, jeez. All right, Tambu, I've never seen you, but hello, how are you? Ginny, get down to Chiang Mai, get up to Chiang Mai, track him down. I just can't be bothered, man. Jeremy Hunt, I miss seeing him. Oh, his wife probably had enough of him. If he passed on to the next world, probably need to ask his wife how he got there. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying, people can only take so much. Not saying nothing. Just saying that she probably done him. I'm not saying nothing. He's not in Chiang Mai. He's like in a village like an hour outside of Chiang Mai. I don't know where he is, but I'm pretty sure I could find him given the right resource. I'll put a GoFundMe up if you want to find Johnny Woodsman. I'll put a GoFundMe up and oh no, Yeti. You didn't need to do that, man. I was only joking. Well, thank you anyway, man. Yeah, thanks for the drink. Look, that £5 is going on a drink. It's not going on Johnny Woodsman. Thank you, yeah, even. Thank you. I didn't realise this live was monetising. Johnny was Joanna when she first landed in Thailand. Oh, right, gotcha. Dear. Well, he's bought me a drink, so I better have one. Oh, Christ. And I've got to get some evidence, got to get the receipts. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm proper buzzing. Oh. Allow me to make a mistake. Where's the red label? Too far. Give me a minute. Sorry, I'm going to put you between my legs. My plastic cup. This one's for you, yeah, Eamon. I hope you're well. It's not like I'm having a piss there. Look, I'm going to show you something, Eamon. Apart from the cup. This bottle's got this mad top to it. It's like plastic. I'll get a good view. Can you see that? It's plastic. I couldn't get it off. I tried using tools to get it off and pliers. I didn't realise it's supposed to be like that. And if you just pour it in, which I can't do because I'm using two devices, I've only got my hands free. Anyway, shut up. Yes, yes, I'll shut up. Yeah. Pay £5 for me to down this. Jimmy Downey Jr. is what my nickname is by them freaky lot. Jimmy, you're going to have a sort. Oh God, especially after I've taken my meds as well. I take my meds and come live and go live. I mean, I'm going to be talking like a dribbling spastic. Oh, it's a good thing about plastic cups. You can just drop them on the floor. Thank you, Yeti. I hope that £5 will cover my hangover, which I haven't had yet. I might be all right, man. How do I turn this torch off? Ugh. I got a message. Shit, it's a voice note. Now this I've got to be careful. Drunk live, listening to voice notes. Jimmy, it's okay. Do you already sound like? Right, I just responded to a voice note there. Right, you sound sober at the start of the live, Jimmy. I did promise you I'd look at the title with the live. I'm getting MC hammered. If you don't know who MC Hammer is, you're too young. Are they Jimmy? Huh? Put a like Mickey here? Put a like up? Mrs. Jimmy. Araya. I can't. I want to shout a name, but I don't want to dox it. I'm going to nickname her Emma. Emma! Alaya, you put a like on here. Ay tay in chưa bó mà.
Điểm mà cho mèo nướng, hù nướng.
Cái tay tân tẹn lên Santa Claus.
Dạ mà,ไม่ไหวแล้วพี่ไม่มาแล้ว
What are you on about? Speak English. You know you're speaking to your sister who's tight. And she's never spoken English word in her life. Where am I? So I put a link out. I don't know if I did. Oh yeah, I did. What's I like about Jimmy? He can laugh. Yes. Ding dang. Ding dong. Ding dong. Oh, slapping versus calling her Emma. She didn't take any notice of me anyway. I'm not being funny, but I could slap my missus round the head and she wouldn't even know. She just carry on doing whatever she's doing. She'd say, if I said to her, I just slapped you around the head. She's like, and? But do you feel it? She's like, no. Not that I do that. I'm just saying, like, you know, if I did. Problem is, she actually slaps me round the head more. I've got fucking black eyes, blisters, a lot. Fuck having to learn Thai. That would be brutal. Yeah, Chobalaya. She's talking about me, but she can't hear. She can't hear me asking her why she's talking about me. She just carry on yapping away. I've got CCTV cameras in my room. You should call sound. I can rewind, so I'll watch it later. Unless I forget. Hello, Jamur. Kaya. Oh, my dog's more interested than her. My dog's looking at me. You're more of a squirrel than a blooming dog. You're a pathetic dog, you know that? You know? If I didn't know you, I would have shot you thinking you're a squirrel. You know that? Think yourself lucky. Oh, he's yawning now. Stupid twat. Oh dear. I missed my other dog that died, man. Then I'm getting emotional now. Karma. Is that karma or is that karma? Yin yang ding dong do Jimmy. My ting tong is the best ting tong for me at the moment. But for real, I like to be single and have loads of ting tongs. But I chose to be married and have one ting tong. That makes me a twat. Jimmy, I think you need to get your head down. I've already got my head down. I did it a couple of hours ago. Got knees down in muff diving. You know, this is muff diving paradise, you know. Very cheap to muff dive over it. Especially if you're in Kota, you can muff dive cheaper. They do muff diving tours. I put you on some what at all. I love a bit of muff diving, not as much as I used to. You see, sometimes we use Cockney slang out here to trick other people to not know what we're talking about, and we get a little bit immature sometimes, and we talk about, like, my friend's got a speedboat, and I ask my missus, like, oi, Mrs. Jimmy, do you want to come on my boat? And then she looks at me and she's like, well, I'll come on your boat. Well, I'll come on your boat as long as Jimmy comes. And then I said, will you go on my mate's boat alone? Will you come on his boat alone? She said, no, only if you come. Well, what about if you bring your friend? Would you come on, both your friends could come on my boat? And they're like, okay, yeah, I'll bring a friend. Oh, yeah, bring a friend to come on my boat. It was just like giggle like fucking school kids, man. We're fucking idiots, twats, whackers. Anybody that sends me a message now offline, be careful, because I'm pissed. And I might accidentally open the voice note and blurt it out when I think I'm muted and I haven't muted. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your mum's aunt, Robert's your dad's brother. I've watched too much Lockstock. Righty-o, here we go. I'm going to get my knob out and make a show for my fans only. And here we go. But I don't have one of those accounts. I don't know what the fuck they mean. But I'm a machine. And I'm going to go. And I'm going to bang my hoe, who's on the side, from my missus, who's never been a hoe. So here we go. Let's go. I'd much rather go out and get into a fight, because on the night, the fight is right, because you don't want to cheat on your missus. Because if you get a missus, you might get a mistress, and that's going to cost you raw money and raw dough. And that's where you don't want to go, because you wake up in the morning with blackmail pictures on your phone. So what you going to do when your missus is lying in bed with a knife pointing at your poo? Just best not to do it. Why is it when I'm drunk I start talking in rhyme? Oh, done this on New Year's Eve. Equaliser Jimmy still going to kick ass. Jimmy's known for showing up. Be prepared. Look, listen, I want that fucking Equaliser. I want him, but he ain't going to turn up because he ain't a fighter. I knew the chance of if Ben Hatchett read my message, I knew he'd turn up because he wants to be a fighter, and it would look bad if he didn't. But Equalizer, he's not selling himself to be a fighter, so he's got nothing to gain by showing up. I mean, he's a fucking bacon bonds. I mean, he came. I don't know the full story, but I've got a clouded vision of what happened. He came out looking for Decker, is that right? Via Karate Marty. And then they had a falling out, Karate Marty and Decker. And then he's in the car with Karate Marty. And they're talking about 16-year-olds. And he said it was a joke. But it's just a bit convenient that when he said it was a joke, I think Marty said it's live, and then they just changed the topic. Oh, yeah, we're only joking. I don't think I've been watching Equalizer and Marty, you know. I have been watching. I've been playing it dumb to try and draw you into my lion's den. But at the end of the day, like, you reckon you can kick the ceiling. And I know I can kick the ceiling. Because kicking the ceiling ain't a person. It just depends how far you are from the ceiling. That is, kicking the ceiling is no record on how good you can fight. Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm saying this. I'm like, it's just obvious. Look, Karate Marty, you're late to the party. You're older than me. You're bigger than me. And you offered to have it out with me. Now you reckon, you said in your emails you're going to smash me up and I'm going to be sent for when you come here. Well, send for me now because I'm here. And I have no problem with losing. I've got no problem with taking a beating. But question is, would you have a problem taking a beating from somebody 40 kilos lighter? You might have to have your editor on standby. I'm not going to trip me once, trip me twice. I'm not going to fall for it saying, oh, I don't want it filmed. If you don't want it filmed, I don't give a fuck. It's not going ahead unless it's filmed. Well, Ben Hatchett, I let him dictate the rules because he's like the star really of the show. He said I needed him there to be able for it to go ahead. If he said he doesn't want it filmed, I had to respect that because all I wanted in my head was a spar fight with him. And I put a camera on in the background and I was really, really worried that he might see it, to be honest, to get some kind of evidence that it went ahead. I didn't realise he was filming the whole time. But when you got like 20 odd K followers, subs, or whatever it is, you get you get to be able to dictate the terms. You know, there was the only thing in it for him was getting those views because there was no money changing hands. Apart from, I don't know if he paid a fee to get in the gym. I don't know. But I don't even know who was paying for him to come out of Thailand. I mean, fair play, man. He had quite a good life out here, man. He wasn't a tight bastard, I know that. I'm sorry if I've missed any comments. I've just been off on one. Jimmy, Daniel's son is live. Go on his. I don't know who Daniel's son is. He got Jimmy still. Jimmy still going to kick. Oh, it's Jimmy known for showing up. Look, for me, going to a fight in a gym in a safe environment is normal. I went sparring today and the teacher said today, he said, in the cage, which is a completely different, wow. He said, if you want to go 100%, you go in the cage. If you want to go medium percent, you go to the right. If you want to go light, you go to the left. I'm telling you, people going to a sparring session with these people is like going to a fight every week. And yes, my nose is bleeding. It bleeds every bloody week. They even say, if your nose ain't bleeding, If Jimmy's nose ain't bleeding, we haven't had a proper session. At the end of that session, I was absolutely mullered. And I'm actually starting to worry about my whether my health can keep up with this, because I'm getting pains in parts of my body which I didn't even know existed. Equalizer was invited by Marty, and we all seen the videos where it took place. And yes, Equalizer. Look, alcohol makes you speak the truth, and I'm gonna speak the truth. Marty knew exactly who Decker was before he brought him out to the Philippines. He saw an opportunity to bring him out there because he had that court date lined up. He took shit to him to tell him that he was going to get this $100,000 fight contract in Saudi Arabia. And Decker isn't really the sharpest tool in the toolkit, tool in the box. He fell for it. When he went out there, Decker realised he was talking shit, but he didn't give a fuck. He was living the life of luxury. I mean, he was with birds that would let you go with them without being coerced. So he had the back and forth with Marty to keep his YouTube channel growing because he needed money, because he was stuck out, basically on the run. And he had Dodgy Dave making waves from England, wasn't going to let him get away with it. And I'll take my hat off to Dodgy Dave, because this 2.5K thing, put that to the side. Forget about that. It's got nothing to do with YouTube. Anything we talked about regarding YouTube was to do with Decker and stuff like that. And he always said, and he kept his word, and he was true to his word, that if it turns out Decker isn't telling him the truth, he'll follow him right to the end, and he will never ever stop. And that's exactly what he did before he set out to do it. And I remember when I met Dodgy Dave, he wasn't called Dodgy Dave. He was just in the comments looking out for Decker, because he, like me, needs to see the facts before and see it for himself before he makes judgment. And he's willing to take on anyone. And he put that mix together, and he's willing to back someone that could possibly be innocent and could possibly be a good business revenue if they are innocent. Because, before, right, you got to rewind right back. He used to be quite a good podcaster. He interviewed Dougie Joyce. He was on James English. He was on Sean Atwood. Maybe, I'm not sure about Sean Atwood, but, or even James. He's on a few of them big podcasts. So, if it turned out that all this stuff about him was fabricated, then he'd be a good person to be around. Once we can prove he's innocent, then it'd be a good asset. But he always said to me, if it turns out that these accusations are true, he will never ever stop. And that was when he came out with the balaclava on Exposure TV, and came out and then said, like, he's got the Sarah's Law and this and that. Because I know Dave deeper. I know Dave more than people think that I know him, because we had a parallel thing going on. We had the bit of business on the side. We had YouTube onto the right. We had YouTube onto the left. And everything you see on YouTube is on YouTube. The 2.5K was me getting ahead of myself. I thought if I could, I was getting frustrated because I had people putting pressure on me at my end. So I thought, and I remember him saying something that stuck in my head. Somebody said on his live before I came out and said, he said, does Decker owe you money? He said, yeah, £1,000. He said, but I'll get that back through monetization. So I thought, if I go and say he done this to me, then I could get the money back that way. But things didn't work out like that. I don't know. I didn't know YouTube back then. I didn't know what it was all about. What's that? Got my camera drawn around. Oh God, voice note. Sorry about that one. Scroll up. You know, Big Mac UK, you're bad for my health because every time I look at you, I think about Big Mac and it makes me fat. Oh, that's what I saw you in Sparky's. I think someone said big up Big Mac UK, and he said something about a quarter pounder or something. I'm sorry, I nearly hiccuped. Sometime I was speaking. Dude, just be careful. Oh, Jesus, a bit too late, man. They always hit the nail on the head and about Decker. Well, he knew that he knows Decker very, very well. See, this is the thing you see is like on YouTube, I haven't seen him put a foot out of place. But what we had on the side had nothing to do with YouTube, nothing. But I was getting pressure from people outside, and I lost my head, which I shouldn't have done because now whatever deal we had is null because I came and spat it out on YouTube, so it's my own fucking fault. Oh, I'm really sorry, Big Mac, you came. Have you always had the same name? Look, I'm into my 40s and well into my 40s. Well into my 40s. And my memory's getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, if you look at Tyrone's lives, I think a few lives ago, I might have been Tyrone, I can't remember. Here we go again. Can't remember which live it was. I didn't even know which day it was, man. I wasn't talking any sense whatsoever, man. Like, please don't take offence. It's just my memory's getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Big Mac, but what I'm saying is I'm trying to legitimise what he's doing now because of Dave's past, people question what he's doing now. He's got one sole focus, and that was on bringing Decker down, which he promised me he would do because that's how we got to know each other. If it turned out he was a wrong one. And he remained true to that fact. That's what I'm going to say on that one. And as for Ice Queen, like, you know, she has. Like, I'm gonna say this now because every time I spoke to Dave regarding business, she was never ever in the room because I used to hear him say, because these are things that people don't pick up on, because I spoke to him on a regular basis, is that he always walked away from her into another room or into the car before he talked about business. So anybody that thinks Ice Queen's got anything to do with any business that Dave does, they're wrong. She doesn't know what he does. She just knows he puts food on the table. Maybe she doesn't want to know. That's up to her. I mean, my missus don't want to know where I get my money from. I don't fucking tell her either. But, you know, my job as a man is to provide for my missus and my kid. And I'm telling you that as a witness to me doing business with him. To anybody else that has done business with him, his wife is not involved in any business that Dave does. And I can say that from my own experience. Well, any business he does with me, done with me anyway. So please do not take it out on his missus. I was about where was it? Oh, I've got to go up. When we first came on it, I thought you was about. You know what? When I first came onto YouTube, when I first came on the CB radios, I was like about 18, and people always thought I was like 35. And now I'm in my 40s. People think I'm about 70. Old before my time. He was when buzzing. I don't know who Buzz Tech is, man. And I can't read that. I'm buzzing out my brain banana. Yes, I always had the same name. And oh, Bricky knows. Any friend of Bricky's a friend of mine, man. Bricky, Chris the Brick is like my brother, man. 100% 100% respect for Chris the Brick. Sorry, man. I just got a really vivid, bad memory, man. Jimmy, couldn't look one thing. You know what? Next time, if you're on a panel with Chris, let me know who you are. Let me know about this conversation. I'll never forget again. Well, I'll never say never. Alan, you're male prostitute, Jimmy. We all know that's how. Devon. A friend of mine was approached to be a male prostitute for a escort agency that supported women. Because I never go out at the night times, and all my old expat mates, which I can't be bothered to be. Look, today I was invited to a party and in a villa, surprise party for some geezer that I didn't even know that well. I just couldn't be fucked to go. I couldn't be bothered. But how can I get out of this? I'd rather get into a fight than go to this surprise party. And luckily for me, the person that organised it was busy when I was leaving. I went to see you later, and I sent him a message saying, "Oh, I can't believe I forgot about it. Blah blah blah." Made an excuse. I just can't be bothered. Where am I going? I can't be bothered to socialise anyway. Back in a former life, a friend of mine was in the boxing bars and my boxing bars where there's free boxing to watch, girls boxing girls and men boxing men, and sometimes even men boxing women very occasionally. And cross-eyed bloke had a fight with a few fights with women. But it's funny because he couldn't see where he was punching. He was punching the air, and the woman was like, come here, give me a hug. And he went, and then she like knee him in the liver. Anyway, yeah, he got into a conversation with this woman who was like this boss of like some male escorts. And she wanted him to be a male escort, apparently, according to what he said. I wasn't there. And I need a piss. Hello. Hello. I've just been talking to a dog, forgetting I'm on mute. And what do I care about on mute? I'm talking to a dog. I'm out to be on mute. I can't be bothered to mute. I've got too much. So the good thing about doing your own lives, you can't talk. What are you doing up there, you stupid squirrel? No, don't bark like a dog. You're a squirrel. Oi, leave that other. You're a squirrel. You're a squirrel. Say I'm a squirrel. Say I'm a squirrel. You squirrel. See how nobody bats an eyelid when I grow like a dog in him. Oh, fucking hell. I've got one room in my house which is untouched by my wife, like my man cave. And you know what? It's a proper fucking shithole. I don't allow her in here, and you can't move it. It's like a minefield full of crap. You know, you play all this crap with bombs, I'll be dead 50 times over. I'll just be like a Big Mac UK or Big Mac UK International Tea Thailand. When I say tea, tea's a Thai word in Thailand. Oh, fucking hell. Bring Tong, my love. Ting Tong, a Big Mac UK, Big Mac UK sends you his love. She's too engrossed in the conversation she's having with fuck knows who, man. Who gives a fuck? I'm fucking buzzing, man. I hope people are clipping this because I might have to put this on private till I work out exactly what I said. You know what? Bollocks. I'll put a link out. See if anyone wants to come on and save me. Oh my God, I'm in live for 1 hour and 45 minutes, man. I'm going on a record, man. I'm lucky if I can do 5 minutes most of the time. How many? I got 43% on my back. Dodge Woodhull has just done a video. I was watching his podcast before bed, man. He's got some mad guests, man. You know what? Sometimes in the real world, since I've got on YouTube, I've stopped being inquisitive to strangers. But I keep my ears open and I listen to people. And today, I was in the sauna listening to some Scousers and some Israelis and a German, and they were talking about politics. I thought, like, people on YouTube would be really interested in what you're saying now. I never thought about connecting the dots and whacking them on YouTube and offering them a podcast. We got the man and the wife from Israel that really could have given us an insight as to what's it like over there, which could keep the auditors, interested. And you had this Scouser who looked like a bit of a gangster. I mean, he was a huge geezer. But I didn't even know he was English. He was speaking such deep, strong Scouse accent. I thought he might be Dutch. I didn't understand what he was saying. It's only when he spoke to the Israeli. No. I've got a fact. Fact. Fuck the faxes. We ain't got no faxes no more. What you got? Big up TNK if you're in the chat. Big up Joey Barnett TV, man. If anybody's listening that knows him, I've got a lot of respect for Joey Barnett because I do know roughly the circles he hung around with. And I really respect the fact that he's not glamorizing crime, unlike some of these other people who like to glamorize shit that they haven't even probably done. I've got a lot of respect for Joey Barnett, a lot. From what I've seen on YouTube, not from outside YouTube. I even asked my kids to tune into him because he's a really good voice for the young'uns today, for the people growing up who look up to criminals as if they're like superheroes, because the government have tuned people into being like this, because the government have tuned people into thinking that if you work, for the government, you're a cunt, can't. But if you work for someone growing up in this world when you're growing up on these council estates, the people that have got the nicer stuff in life are the people that serve up, that drive the nice sports cars and tell people what to do. But all that is all a deception, and it's because it all filters down from the government. Because the government want people to believe that if you want to have power, you got to dress in a suit, talk with a posh voice, and blah 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 blah. But the truth is that these wankers, they've got all the power, but they don't have the street skills, and they don't have the ability to understand what goes on at street level to make a change in the country, which will benefit the country. And people start looking up to people like Tommy Robinson because he comes from Luton. He's got a bit of a criminal record from doing some naughty things that people can what's the word? More percentage of people can understand when he talks more than when some bollocks politician talks. Now, Tommy Robinson is no saint. Don't get me wrong, some of this YouTube has been educating me big time. All right, Dave. Didn't see that, sorry. I was in the sauna today and the subject of politics came up, with multiple nationalities. It's not a good subject, but I couldn't help but talk. And Tommy Robinson, he's a good figure for the working class. But, from looking into YouTube and being educated via the auditing side, he's done some naughty shit. He's been into brothels. Oh no, I forget all that stuff. No, he took they were about to what's the word? Rescue some people, some women that were being trafficked, but he got wind of it and came along with the police. And because he came along with the police, they couldn't do nothing about it. And the reason why he did that was to get the numbers up, was to get the money up, because he's more about the money now. But where am I going with this? Tommy Robinson is the closest thing we've got to a working class hero at the moment, and that's what the country needs. I'm feeling dizzy, man. He's a lovable oh God, Jesus, Big Mac. He's wrote a long message there and I'm buzzing. Jimmy, the problem is Tommy never become a prime minister because he's got a criminal record and served time in prison. You cannot become prime minister. Yeah, I know, but the thing is, he can still summon 100,000 people to a rally, man. And that's what makes him vulnerable to a lot of organisations around the world that want to use him to reach out to the people. And at the end of the day, I know me and a certain person on YouTube that I respect a lot, but has a different opinion, is that even though he makes a lot of money from what he does, he's still on solitary confinement. And no matter how much money you've got, if you lose it in your head, if you're fucked from being locked up for, how many months? 18 months? Then no matter how much money you got, it ain't going to buy your sanity back. You see, that's where, I know he needs the money. He needs the money because now he's been banged up. Okay, let's rewind before he got into rebel media. Let's rewind. When he first got locked up with the contempt of court charges, he done nothing wrong. And I remember seeing that. I watched that live. I was watching it live when he got locked up. They first said breach of the peace and they changed it to contempt of court. Now, he spent his life every day, not waking up, not knowing if it's going to be the last. And not only that, he woke up in solitary confinement with only his own thoughts to keep him sane. Now, when he gets out, no, he got out based on people bailing him out due to, I think it might have been rebel media who are controlled by the Jews, apparently, by Israel. Now, you know, this is why I got a lot of respect for this person on YouTube, because he's been in a hole, he's been in the gutter. He knows what it's like to be there and need a helping hand. But I don't think I've been that low. But we all saw the videos of when he came out the courthouse, when he shrunk in size. Now, if he gets $2 million, $5 million, or $5, can't spend it when he's dead. So now he's been out. Now he can summon 100,000 people to a rally. Now his mind might be infiltrated because he needs financial help. Now he's had to divorce his wife for political reasons because of consistent attacks from the Met on his family home, even looking into him, you know, just finding anything they can get him on. So, you know, maybe he is doing it for the money now, because if he was to pass away tomorrow in prison, you know, he's got to tell his wife and his kids the reason why he wasn't around all the time was because he was trying to fight a political cause. And this is all I've got to give you, a few million quid. Unfortunately, survival instincts kick in when you're down in the gutter. So he might have to go against his morals to reach his overall objective. And everyone's number one objective in their life is looking after their family. Anyway, scroll up. All right, David. Jimmy, go and get your head. I'm not sure if I should take that advice. I probably should. I've been on nearly 2 hours, 3 more minutes. No one live today. Where they all hiding? Well, only 15 of them are hiding here. I'm just waiting for my. Oh God, I don't even know what's going on with that beef with Master General and Baz. I just can't. I can't deal with too many beefs at the same time. I'll get someone to give me a synopsis. I miss PP, man. He could give me a synopsis. Synopsis. He could give me a rundown of what's been going on, because I really haven't got a Scooby. Everyone can. I'm going to highlight this and read it. And believe me, yeah. Yeah. 3. God, I remember on Facebook, man, you couldn't even mention Tommy's name. I had a group I set up about Tommy, and I got, oh, Dave, and you didn't have to. Fucking hell, man. Oh, mate. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Long time. I should start these things. I was already started. So thank you, Dave. Jimmy, go get your head. Oh, right, I should read the comment. Have a coffee on me. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. See, there's no animosity, and there's no problem between me and him. I'm out of my nut, Northern King. As the title of my video states. I was sober at the beginning, and now I'm out of my brain bollocks now. And the last person that sent me some money just now asked me to have a drink, and I did it. And now the last person just asked me to get my head down and have a coffee. He paid me £5 to do it, so I probably should do it. Just after I read these comments out. All right, thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Anybody that's a moderator wants to put any links in the chat, whack them in. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Yeti, for the super chats. And I hope you're all good. I don't know what else to say. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Oh, if you can't be good, be careful. You always got to have an outro. That's what my old man always used to say.